whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon. I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with yes. Happy Friday, guys. I hope you guys are feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, it's okay. It's all right, my friend, because you know why? Bad times don't last forever. Because after every storm, there is a rainbow, and you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow pot of gold or light at the end of the tunnel. First and foremost, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this, but true to this, hey y'all, what's up, what's poppin'? In honor, once again, of June being a part of Men's Mental Health Awareness, every guest that you will see impacting the month of June is men from all different types of backgrounds, talking on how they deal with mental health on a personal and professional aspect. So I'm super, super excited for this series. Like I said, y'all, like this series was a series that I knew for a fact that it's going to go off the ground and it's going to really, really grab a lot of people's attention because it's men's mental health awareness. And when it comes to men, you really don't hear a lot of their stories when it comes to them talking about their mental health and things of that nature. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you guys to my engineer, the man that is always behind the scenes with everything, the one that always gives his props to, because y'all, I didn't know nothing about compressing. Turn this up. Make sure this is like this, whatever, like the mics and all that. So without further ado, I introduce you guys to my engineer, and I'm going to let him give a little background of himself, give y'all some information that he wants to give, and we're going to jump right into it.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's Blair, singer, songwriter, engineer, producer here at Inkwell. Do it all. Yeah, I'm here. Been loving recording this podcast. It's been an amazing experience. Every episode it gets better.
Oh,
it gets better every episode. I definitely like going back and like editing it and listening to it. I'm like, damn. Like, yeah, this shit got the sauce. I be fucking with it. Yeah, that's just me.
I appreciate it. Yeah, he got so many names, y'all. It's so hard.
So many names.
Blair is the government.
It's the government.
Adonis is like when he in that mode. The stage name. I feel like Adonis, so you got Blair, that's what he is, professional side, you know, dealing with work and school. But when he's like singing, he's the artist, that's Adonis. And then when he just in the booth editing stuff, that's Dawn.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I'm a Gemini, so like I got that's all the personalities right there. That's what that is.
Shout out to all you Geminis out there.
Hey, chill.
Shout out to all y'all. You,
I
beef.
I was starting to start with some hate because it be so much hate for the Geminis. It be so much hate.
I don't hate it.
I appreciate it.
Of course. I don't hate y'all. I ain't got no beef with y'all.
Thank you. We can chill for the day, all right, bet.
Oh my god. Now, see, time out, y'all. Sometimes behind the scenes too, we be going at it, but the littlest stuff, especially about the sign stay, I be like, look, I don't know. I mean, like, I just know Gemini's two-sided too. One day y'all up, one day y'all down.
That's everybody. So, like, for y'all to put that just on Gemini's is like, that's people. That's people.
All I know is I'm a Cancer, and the biggest thing we are is sensitive. So I just be like, hey, I just take it chin up and leave it at that.
Hey, no, it just be so many people like, Gemini, you can't trust a Gemini. I'm like, bro, like, come on, you can't trust nobody, but just Geminis.
I don't know.
All right, man.
I don't know.
We can get off signs.
Yeah. Cause I'm gonna be like Beyonce singing a minute. Capricorn Aquarius.
Nah, yeah. We can talk about songs all day.
And this, y'all, is right up his alley. And I thought, when I did the series as well, y'all, as y'all seen in the previous episode, I had two familiar faces. Shout out to Damo and Mari again for coming back on here to talk about mental health within the personal and professional side. When I was lining up who I wanted to come on here, I said, I gotta put Dawn on here because he's behind the scenes, but we do be having a lot of conversations that impact with mental health or just things, you know, you just be vibing. And I thought too, because, you know, he writes music and his songs and stuff impacts on how he feeling and with things of that nature, as well as dealing with the real world. Like, you know, life be lifing. So I was like, why not take him from behind the scenes and put him up front to see how it is? And then also, like he said, when he be editing the guest appearances and stuff and he hear it, he can hear his stuff and be like, damn, that's me talking like that on there.
Like, I don't used to hear I record myself, so yeah. It's a little bit the same thing, but a little bit different.
I'm thinking, a little bit different because like you be harmonizing and singing on the beat and stuff, but then it's like now you just talking like I'm having straight convo. Mm-hmm. Y'all, one day he said he's gonna try to put me in there. I don't know what I'm gonna say.
Look, you gotta relax. Just be you.
I don't know what I'm gonna say. I feel like I can't flow like how I talk, especially on a beat. I don't know. We'll try. We'll try.
You just gotta have fun. At the end of the day, that's all it is. Have fun. And whatever come out, come out.
I guess I'll make a song before the summer over, y'all. So
make a
stay
theme.
tuned.
Theme song.
No.
Theme song for pod. Come on. Bob with E theme song.
Oh my
That'd be crazy.
God.
That'd be crazy.
I don't know.
Right,
maybe I
don't.
I don't know. And y'all, I'm gonna make him write it or do it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And my brother too. I'm gonna get him on there because I don't know. I can't sing for nothing. And I feel like I can't rap for nothing either. But I don't know. Sometimes, you had them moments to yourself. I just be like, okay, dang, I should hurry up and... I don't know. But I'll leave it to the pros. So, shout out to my brother, my little brother, and Dawn on that. Because, look, I don't have a lick. So,
we gonna handle it.
I don't have a lick of that. So, without further ado, y'all, I want y'all to sit back, relax, enjoy hearing our voice or watching us on YouTube. As always, y'all, I thank y'all so very, very much for taking the time out of y'all day to just listen to me or watch me and my guests because, like, as always, life be life, and sometimes we really can't just sit down and vibe out with people or do things we want to do because, life happens. Like, we are human. At times, we can't do what we always want to do. But like I say all the time, I just appreciate y'all for taking the time out of y'all day whenever. That's why I say it's morning, evening, or afternoon because, y'all, I feel like I'm a little international now, Got Singapore, Alaska, Ghana, and all them listening stuff. So, even in my city, shout out to Baltimore. I got a little bit of Los Angeles, Memphis, all the list go on, but I be watching the numbers and stuff, and I'm very, very appreciative of y'all, and as well as with my guests. I appreciate them for coming on here, and the future guests and previous guests as well. So, I already told y'all, let's get comfortable. Turn us up on your speakers, your PCs, phones, iPads, car radios, whatever. Because as always, every vibe of the day, as well as guest appearance of the day, is something special. Now, by this being the second episode for the series of Men's Mental Health, the men will have every guest appearance, that's a man, will have the same questions. However, they will be different answers or maybe similar. So going back to the previous episode with Damo and Mari, I asked them 8 questions, and I'll be asking Dawn the same 8 questions as well. However, they may have the same, or maybe different. I'm just glad I developed these questions because I feel like with this series, asking questions at times, it hits numbers and it be like, okay, it keeps the flow going. Because y'all know it's raw and uncut, and sometimes it's like I just go with the flow. But I was like, okay, let's just deep dive into like asking questions because sometimes you want to just dig a little deep and see what's going on. So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm just waiting on you. What's this first question? What's up?
So before we get to the first question, y'all always know I'm doing reflections now for the guests now. Gotcha. So let's reflect first. Let me see how you feeling mentally, physical, emotionally, all that. How you feeling today? And then we're going to get into the questions.
Now I'm feeling real good. It's been, about a little over a week since my birthday. So I'm chilling. I'm having a good day. It's a good Saturday. It's not raining yet. But it's been real chill. I've been down here working on music, just vibing, relaxing. Yeah.
I like that. Mm-hmm. I like that. And see, sometimes we need to do things like that to mentally and woo side, especially at the birthday celebration. Y'all, he was outside. I seen them. Yeah. He was outside.
I was chilling. What are you talking about? I was ducked out. I was chilling. What?
Anyway, so Don feeling good, he in it, so he ready to vibe out and talk about everything surrounding men's mental health in his world. So let's get into it. The first question is, how do you personally define mental health, and what does taking care of it look like for you right now?
Personally, defining mental health for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I really define it based off of the support system I have because of my friends. Like I have an amazing support system. I'd have to say, I don't always rely on it as much. I do try not to be as codependent as I was in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But like my support system, it really carries me through when I feel like days are hard. I know I can rely on my friends like Tone, Avion, Trinity.
Hey.
Like I know I can always turn to them when I need like a little bit of an extra boost or just some clarity. And I feel like things aren't working out the way that I want them in that moment, or even if I can't see things like clearly through my side, and I may need like a little bit of a reality check. A reality check. Let's be honest. I do be delusional at times. I do be, but I mean, shit. Who's not? Like, come on.
Sometimes it's okay to be real delulu.
I don't know about that.
Sometimes. Heavy on the sometimes you gotta be delusional. And certain stuff. You know?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. So, what does taking care of it look like for you right now? Like, impacted with that?
Taking care of it is it's weird. Being older now. I'm being more selfish. I'm a very selfless person. I sometimes put other people's issues and their problems over what I got going on. I prioritize what other people need in front of my well-being, and sometimes in front of my pocket. And it's like you're gonna continually fail and not get where you want to go if you keep on putting other people above your priorities and yourself. So being more selfish, going outside more. I'm a really introverted person for the most part. I be chilling. Like, I really just sometimes I may like a little high. You feel me? I might take a little drink, but like that's mostly in social settings. Like me just on my chill tip, I really just be in the studio working on music or working with people. Yeah. So I'm trying to get outside more, really experience life.
Yeah. Y'all, going to the first question, reflect, because y'all know I'm taking it, is now I'm about to put a little bit of professional in it. As a social worker, you know, they listen to you, then rephrase everything they heard, and it just be like, cool. So going back to his saying of his definition, his support system, that is very dope. It's very dope, especially to have friends that understand you in there because that impacts your reasons. You know, for a fact, if something going wrong, I know I can count on them and I don't feel judged and stuff like that. As well as going to being able to be selfish. Because I remember I said that last year, but that was the theme for 2024. I was telling people, you know, be selfish, take control, and pop out. You know, sometimes you gotta really pop out and do things for you. Sometimes you have to be selfish, especially if you're a selfless person. Because sometimes I had, same thing you said, like, when you there for everybody all the time, it's like, who's there for me? Who can I run to? Like, who's going to really be there for me? And then that's when you map out, going back to your reasons. Your people help you define your mental health. They help you with every aspect and things like that. As well as just being selfish, taking time for yourself, and just saying, okay, I need to live. Like, I'm in my 20s. I'm in my prime, you know. Might take a shot here, one shot out your mind, two out your mind.
Hey. We ain't got to touch on the music yet. We just chilling, but not yet.
Yeah, but it's true, though. Like, and that's the thing, too, y'all. Impacting with, we're going to get deeper to the professional side, too. With your music, as a person that loves music, he loves music a lot, has passion for it, produce it, and, you know, do his own thing. Music speaks a real big message to things, though. And sometimes we really don't even know it. Sometimes we're just doing it for the fun of it. But then you look back and be like, damn, I said that? And that's impacting me. And it might impact you never know who else. Yeah. And that's the part, too. Like, when you talk about just taking care of yourself right now, too. The music, all that just is dope. It's dope to do. And you just be like, wow. This is helping me. Especially as a man within your mental health.
It's crazy. Like, in the moment of creating like really deeply emotional songs, I don't really hear the impact until like I start mixing it, or until I get my opinions, like I'll get the opinions from the people around me, because like right now currently my favorite song is a song called "My Fault." It was like it's about a situation I had when I realized like you're hurting yourself because you're staying in a situation that does not suit you.
Yep.
And you trying to rationalize and think of things of why, like, but honestly, bro, you just being delusional. You had to pull yourself out of it, and you called yourself out on that shit. And it's like, now you can move forward and you can accept things for being what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, who hasn't been there before? Cared about somebody more than they cared about themselves, and it's like, it don't really suit you. But it's like, once your friends telling you shouldn't mess with this person, you know you shouldn't mess with that person. You know this isn't serving you. You don't feel good, but you feeling an attachment. It's like you can't let it go. You know what I mean? So it was like get into that other side of it. It was like, damn, like I can finally move on.
And that takes a lot out of a man to mentally do, especially if he have a feeling for someone. That takes a lot.
I be giving too many chances. I be rationalizing. I was like, I mean, like, you know what? I can see you ain't had it easy. I'm like, but like that's the thing, making excuses for an adult is kind of like, what the fuck? They will do that shit for you, nigga. Like, you gotta get up and get your own shit. You gotta be responsible of who you are too. You're responsible for your own mental health and your journey. Yes. I can't love you whole, and vice versa.
Because it takes a lot, especially it takes a lot. And going back to, I love how I just was like, this series is needed. It coming from all men of all different backgrounds that I know or just started to network with, because hearing your story, it breaks down everything, and it's like, okay, whoa, I never knew that. So, and it also helps you understand a person more, and like, okay, I like this, so we vibing, whatever, you know, that's my guy. And that's true though. Sometimes you have to really think, like, mentally, you gotta know who's for you once again and who's not for you. The reason and the season, especially when it comes to talking to someone. You want to make sure this person is worth the while. You're part of a reason why I like you. You're someone that I know for a fact I'm going to fall in love with. And I don't got to worry about, look, if I'm down and out, you're going to say, man up, chin out, chest out. You know, you like, all right, what's going on? You want to talk about it? Let's break it down like this, that, and we're going to handle that. So, I respect that. And it's valid. And that is valid. Okay, number 2. Have you ever felt pressured to stay strong at work or in your professional life, even when you are mentally or emotionally struggling?
It's crazy. It's crazy because like not even a week ago, I was in here and something happened. It threw me off, and I was emotionally overwhelmed. But I had a session to do. I had things that I had to get done. I had stuff to check off my list. But I'm like, all right, bro. Right now, you gotta compartmentalize. You gotta lock in. Nobody gives a fuck what you going through. You gotta kind of figure that shit out because this client paid for this shit. You gotta edit that. You gotta record that. When you done, dump. Emotionally dump when you done. But right now, you gotta lock in and do what you gotta do. I feel like I'm gonna say on like I can't say a daily basis, but for the most part, I try to keep myself in check when it comes to my emotions and things. Even though I am an emotional person, I do care deeply, so it's kind of hard for me at times. Not really a pressure, but more of just don't let your emotions control you. More so, feel them, be one with them, but don't let those decide your actions and how you interact with people in your environment. That's more so my idea.
Whoa, that's deep, y'all. That's deep because it's hard for men, black men, to even just admit it. Like, look, I'm emotional. I go through this. I go through that. It's like, shit, life be lifing. And it's like, when I'm in, like you say, I got a checklist. I got things to do. I gotta just stay strong. But it's like, how, like, have you ever in that moment which is like, look, I need to foul out, walk out, mirror conversation for a minute, and then regroup? Or it's like, look, I'm gonna just chin up, chest out, suck it in, and when everybody gone, scream, kick, holler, scream, do what I gotta do.
I do it in post. I do it after the fact because when I'm in it, it's very unprofessional. Kind of like in my part, I'm not gonna step away from a job or something that I'm doing just because right now mentally or like emotionally I may not have the capacity to do it. You hired me for a job. You hired me for what you needed me to do, regardless of what's happening in my personal life or happening with me emotionally in the moment. I'm required to live up to the expectations of
Yeah.
what I'm here being paid to do. So that comes secondary. I gotta push that to the back until I can actually have the time to get through those emotions, to talk to my support, and just pull myself out of it and just get some clarity. But yeah, whether it be an hour, whether it be a day, sometimes you gotta get through it. Yeah.
Wow, that's really like, shout out to all the black men, y'all. Like, shout out to all y'all, because just listen to every man I know how they feel and mentally is like, wow. Cause don't get me wrong, y'all. It don't kill anything to be nice to anybody. Just ask somebody how they doing, how they feel and stuff. Like, that's how, like, when I first met Adonis, I was like, hey, how you doing today? Because life be life, and we all go through the motions. And two, especially when you're building a business relationship or whatever with someone, or whatever the case may be, you want to let them know, like, hey, I want to make sure you're good. And I wouldn't say at times you would expect it, because some people be like, look, I'm here to get this done, you here to do this for a service, whatever. But I feel like if we're in a room together and you have to see me multiple times something, I want to make sure you're good. That's why I do reflections, what I do now with every guest on and off camera, so y'all can get a feel of it too, of how I felt, because it's important. That mental is everything. Like, going back from the pandemic, that woke and opened the doors of everybody understanding what mental health is and how it impacts our life, especially for men. It makes them understand, like, now, look, dang, I really go through the motions. And sometimes it's hard for me because I have to stay strong. And then, I can't put my pride to the side until this is done. Like, going back to what Adonis said, if you have a business or something that I'm doing for you, I'm in there mixing and recording, whatever, I can't really do that until it's my time. And that's respectful. And that's something that's like being articulate. Because sometimes I give people the benefit of the doubt. Because I know it's life be life, and it's hard, especially when you have multiple things going on in your life. And we're young adults. We're the next generation in line for the upcoming generation, as well as Adonis representing for the upcoming generation of young men coming. So, it's a lot on you when you're trying to, you never know who's watching. Eyes are always watching. And at times, like, okay, I'm going to wait. Like you said, I'm going to wait to get myself together to kick string, whatever. But I want to make sure, I let the person know, I'm here, I'm cool, I'm straight. But y'all, like me, I like to, we're going to unravel these pieces. You cool? You sure? You not? How long I got so we can get it together.
Like, just how, like, before we started, I was telling you, like, a little situation I was, like, was kind of in my head about. But see, that was only because of what we were about to do for us. If this was another client, I wouldn't have said that shit until maybe when we, like, if we talked later on the phone, or maybe even, like, after, if that. So I really, like, you know what? It's not about me right now. It's about what we came here to do today. So I'm not going to make a situation that's not about me, let alone I got a job to do. So,
but like he said, y'all see how respectful it is. And also, too, when you build that relationship rapport, you build that relationship up, it's like, okay, cool. But some people, it's like, you may see them once and never again. It's like, all right, let me just chin up, chest out, and get it rolling. But like, when we, develop, it's like, all right, I see Adonis, I think, almost once or 3 times every month. So it's like, okay, if you like, we have a business relationship. You're part of the team. So it's like, I have to make sure he's good. And, at times, it's a flex. So some people would be like, look, you're going to hear it. Some people are very open, I'm like, look, I know we just met, but I'm going to let you know right now, if my vibe might be off, I promise you, it's not towards you. Do you do that, though? Now, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, I give a disclaimer.
Some people
I give a disclaimer.
Don't.
I do. Because I wear my emotions on my sleeves. I can't hide shit. Like, you'll see it on my face, or, like, my energy will give you, like, something's off about him. I'm like, I will let you know, like, yeah, this is something that I'm going through, right? It's not going to affect my work or what we have to get done today. But, like, it's not about you at all. Yeah. It's not about you.
Yeah. I'm glad I mentioned that, too, because at times people do think that, like, dang, did I do something? No, it's just like, life be life, and things happen. But I'll make sure I'm going to give you the best service that you've been asking for and you need it and is required. for my title, but I promise you, it's not against you. Because sometimes, guys, so it's important. So question number 3. It cut off on us, y'all, so it's 2 parts that we gonna merge in. So I digress. Welcome to learning about cameras and everything like that, y'all. So everything is raw and uncut, and that's okay, and that's all right. Cause it's not gonna last forever. Cause y'all got a backup plan.
Or extra battery.
Right. So the next question is, who do you talk to when life gets overwhelming, and has that always been easy for you? But you sort of kind of already talked about it. So you go a little deeper.
About it a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. So I used to talk with my aunt a lot. God rest her soul. I used to talk to her pretty much about everything growing up. Coming from a joint family household, and then my parents splitting, it was really hard for me because I had an older brother, but he wasn't really in a house like that, so I didn't really have anybody I could relate to or talk to. And my aunt, like, we just gelled. I feel like I could tell her anything, but losing her and having the people around me, it was a godsend, to be honest with you. It's just it all started when, like, I lost my mom back in around COVID. I think it was 21, 22. And just my friends stepped up. They showed me, like, no, we love you, we care about you, like, we know you're going through it, but we're not gonna let you fall. We're not gonna make you feel like you're going through this alone, because you're not. We care about you. Same way that she loves you, we love you too. And with that, I'm like, you know what? It's days where I be feeling like, I'm like, you just by yourself, you're going through it. You, like, nobody else understands this pain. Nobody's gone through it. Like, you feel lonely without those anchors around. But to know this, like, shit, I have irreplaceable people with me. Yes, there are people who aren't here. Those are my angels. But I have angels here on earth. Yeah. Like, Avion, Tone, Trinity, James, Ian, like, everybody, Raven, fucking, what's his name? Fucking Wayne. Like, I have Roman, Nia. It's so many people. Who show me every day that they care about me.
That is dope.
They show me every day. So,
that is really dope. And y'all, going back to just men having women in their life too that supported them through things and feel comfortable with, because like I mentioned too, on and off camera, on and off social media, like, women, we have to be there for men.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's really those relationships with the women that it's like, I could talk to the bros, but I can really let my guard down and be open and raw in myself when I'm talking to women. I like, cause it's shit, y'all tell me everything I know about your whole situation and shit, what y'all going through. But it's like, when it comes down to, like, me really needing to get some shit off, I ain't gonna lie, as a man, I don't feel comfortable always talking with my bros about some certain shit. I don't always feel like, I know they love me, I know they care about me, but, like, I do feel like, nigga, they won't judge you a little bit if you're a little bit more vulnerable with them. And I feel like with the women, it's like, I can really let my guard down. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, nigga, they love me. They don't give a fuck what I gotta say. They gonna judge me for sure, but they gonna tell me. Like, they like, nigga, the fuck? But I get what you're saying. Like, I love you, like, the fuck? Yeah, nigga, we know. But fuck, it's really the relationship with the women, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I feel like I'm truly myself, that I don't have to hide anything. If I didn't have those people, I don't know where the fuck I'd be honest with you.
Wow. Shout out to all the women out there that's really supporting the men out there, as well as all the people that Adonis had, shout out, in part, impacting his life from his homeboys and from his female friends, because it takes a lot. It's a lot. It takes a lot out of a person to even be there for somebody else, because we all go through things. But you know when it's genuine. You know when it's like, this is my dog. Like, I ain't got to worry about him or her going back or telling my business or bashing me, because at the end of the day, you know, we grown and we got an issue, something going on, I'm gonna let you know. And like he said too, it's no judgment zone. Sometimes we be like, what? But you know,
no,
like,
it's judgment. It's judgment, but it's always love. It's love.
It's all out of love.
Exactly. Like, I don't want you being in the situations. I want to be real with you. I'm gonna judge you, but I'm gonna let you know that you gotta get your shit right.
Yeah.
Like objectively, you need to get your shit together. You don't have the people to check you. It's like, fuck, you just out here moving and thinking that your delusions are reality. Can't have that.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
Your delusions are reality. I like that. That's different. You don't hear about that because sometimes people do go off like the delusion, like this is for real. Like hello, like it's like a dream.
Look, your feelings are that. Your feelings, they are subjective. You gotta. I'm a logical person, even though I'm emotional. Any conversation or anything that I have is based on facts. Like I love communication. Like communication means big.
Communication is key.
I'm not always good on communication, but I try my best to be. Now, with that being said, you can sometimes get shrouded by emotion. So having those people to like, where you being a little bit, you're not thinking with your logical brain right now. You're thinking with your feelings, and your feelings can lie to you. You need those people. You need those people.
Yeah, you do. Because sometimes, like, just trying to navigate everything on your own, like, oh, I gotta follow my gut, God, my heart, all that. Sometimes they play tricks on you. Like, your mind can play the craziest tricks on you. And, like, that little voice in your head, too. Sometimes, like, you got the devil, the angel on your shoulders. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Like, who am I doing it for? And what's this, you know? So, it's very, very important and key that us women out there support men because they're supporting us. It doesn't take nothing in the world to support them. Support is free. It's free. Like, free 99. Like, it don't cost a thing to just be there for a genuine soul that you know for a fact. Like, look, I don't gotta worry about him or she, you know, throwing dirt on my name. I ain't gotta worry about him or she, you know, really trying to make it about them when it's about me, you know. You know your reasons. And you know who is seasonal. Like, I know for a fact. See ya. I ain't gonna.
You just around for what I can do for you. I'm your friend. But well, let's be honest.
You're not my friend.
You're not mine.
Yeah.
It's just some people out there like that. They love to use selfless souls. They love to use those because there's not an amount on what a taker is willing to take. But you have to have those people to let you know, like, nah, you're a giver. You need to give more of yourself right now.
Yes. Yeah. Self-love is the most important thing in life, to being selfish, taking control, popping out, doing for you, because that impacts your mental so much, especially what you have going on with your life. You got a lot of amazing things that's going on that you need to make sure that Adonis, Blair, all them names, all the personalities and stuff, they're on one accord and they good. Like, they're good. You know, sometimes we might wake up with a bad attitude. We're going to make sure the night is going to end off better, or nighttime was bad, but the next day is not going to be. And that also impacts your mental health.
It's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
You can't let one instance or a moment take control of what the day may be or may bring. I can't, bro. It may bring or might be. All right, I'm gonna text you. But nah, damn, lost my train of thought. But yeah, my bad. But yeah, you can't. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, like you said, you just cannot let. It's 24 hours a day. You cannot let something or someone
shape how you feel.
Don't we love the raw and uncut vibes, y'all? It's just, when you're a busy person like him, you know, it's always a job calling. It's always something like it's always rolling. It's always, you know, but it's okay. Life happens. Life be life. And that's why I like what I do. I like these series. It's raw and uncut. You get to see some sides that you never may not seen of a person before.
Yeah, my bad.
It's okay.
My bad.
Hey, he's a busy person.
Hey, look, I be putting on D&D for but I'm like I said, my support system, my group, my phone may stay on D&D, but if you in my pen, you get the emergency bypass. So like them calls and text messages still come through.
Yeah. So, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Shoot.
I'm like, didn't I put this on? Yeah, but it's them.
It's okay, and it's one of his support systems, y'all. Like, shout out to them. They must have felt it in this.
Okay. You talking? I got you.
All right, number 4. What barriers do you think keep men from seeking therapy or support? It's 2 parts. And how have you worked to overcome them, if all? So, what barriers do you think keep men from just seeking help or support?
Well, when I was younger, my biggest thing was, I'm going to say fear. Fear of being embarrassed by your vulnerabilities, fear about your vulnerabilities or what you feel like you lack as a man being thrown back into your face. Like, it's been times where it's happened to me personally, and it had to make me realize like it was just that person. It's not an indictment of who I am as a man because they decided to take what I held close to me and thought that I could share with them and use it as a weapon against me. That is them. It's not me. That doesn't mean that I should stop doing it. It just means I don't need people like that in my life.
Exactly.
And that happens to a lot of men, and a lot of men say that that's one of the reasons why they decide not to open up.
I respect that.
So that was the biggest thing for me. Another thing I would say is just like, I'm emotional. I don't like being emotional all the time. Sometimes I like chilling. Sometimes I don't want to feel or actually like I don't really want to say what's going on because like it brings down the mood. I'm like, fuck, like I'm just here for the vibes. Like I'm just trying to chill.
All the time.
Like for real. I'm like sometimes I really do just want to chill. So I feel like it's that too. Just not wanting to acknowledge or really. Sometimes when you say it and you speak it, it becomes true. Sometimes if you don't acknowledge it or bring it up, it's like you're not really like it's still back there. It's not going to come up until I acknowledge and say that it's there.
But fear is very like there.
Yeah, it's
there because as a social worker in training in the process, even talking to men, be like, have you ever seen a therapist? Will you ever see a therapist? Will you ever talk to a counselor, a social worker, or even join men's support groups like men ministry or whatever, just some brotherhood type shiznit? It's a lot of fear, the egos, the judgment, the pride that all impacts with men, especially within the black community. However, it's valid because everybody has the reasons to feel the way they feel when it comes to the barriers of why they feel the way they feel when it comes to just getting help, as well as going back to the saying too, men is strong. Like, men have to be the matriarchy. Men have to be the one in line to make sure everybody is in check, everything is handled, as well as men don't cry.
Oh yeah, I don't cry with people I don't feel like I can cry around. But like men definitely do cry. I feel like being them. I feel like it depends on who the people is because sometimes you can't unsee that, and it can be to somebody who I can't say doesn't care about you or doesn't see you in that way. It can be emasculating to them to see a man be that vulnerable and that open. So it's two parts. It really just depends on that person that you're confiding in. You may have to seek another support system. Or just that may not be your person.
Yeah,
that may not be your person. So I feel like being open, you should always be open with your emotions and your feelings. Choose the time to do it because it's a time and place for everything. But if you feel like you can't cry, and if you cry that makes you less of a man, then I feel like you gotta reevaluate what a man is.
Y'all heard that. Because you're human. We all go through the motions. Like, just having the motions that makes you human. Like how they do, like, Superman, Superwoman. They go through stuff, too. They keep that poker face on, but behind closed doors, they take that mask off. It's like, look, cry, river, whatever the case may be, because life be life, and sometimes it's so hard. And mentally, you need to make sure you're able to even just adapt to everything that comes to life. And that also impacts with the next question. How have you worked to overcome them? Dealing with, the emotions and the fear. How have you been able to overcome that?
It goes back to the first question. It goes back to the first question. I can be as mentally strong or try to be as tough as what society says a tough man is. But without those people around me and telling me that, like, it's okay, coaching me through how I really feel about things. Because one thing about being emotionally intelligent, or even being emotional, period, like, you do know that if you're angry or if you're upset, that there's other underlying feelings in there.
Exactly.
There's not just anger. Like, there can also be there can also be fear. You can be afraid of something. That's why you're lashing out and being angry, like being aggressive, because of something underlying that you may not know yet. Exactly. But some people got to coach you through that. Like not having people who can like, bro, you're not really angry. You're just upset. But why are you upset? Are you upset because of what? Because things didn't work out the way you wanted them to, or are you upset because now you see what things really are? It's those deeper conversations that come with like having people who care about you. It's that.
It takes a lot too to even sit down and dissect. Look, knowing what this is, what's the exact? It's like a new word when we were like in school, little kids. Yeah, like just figuring out like, okay, here's a word. Break down the definition, the example, the synonyms, the antonyms, and really knowing, okay, does this impact me and how this, how does this impact with me? How does it look and how do I deal with this?
I ain't gonna lie, that actually helps me deal with people too. Like it makes me more slow to anger. It makes me more slow to just react based off of just how I'm feeling in a moment. It even stops me from like, if I'm gonna make a move with somebody, like if somebody I'm talking to, I'm like, bro, all right, are you just lusting after this person, or is this something that you actually want to do something with them? Are you just trying to fuck, or is it like, all right, this is somebody I really want to fuck with, type shit? I'm like, all right, bet I may need to fall back. I really try to analyze. Oh yeah, I'm attracted to you, but just because I'm attracted to you doesn't mean I should take it a step further. You know what I mean? Like that's whatever the reason why I'm trying to fuck with you. I feel like not everybody you see, not everybody that's around you need to be fucked with. Sometimes people just cool to be cool.
Enough said with that one, y'all. I can't even go no further. Like, that's enough said. Number 5. How has protecting your mental health positively impact your goals, relationships, or leadership?
It filters out the people that I don't need around me. It filters those people out that say like, you too busy. You need to prioritize me more. You need to be in my... I'm like, yo, I got goals. I got fucking houses on Zillow I'm trying to get. I got things. I got trips I'm trying to go on. I got things like I'm trying to do. Now, you can be an important side character in my life, but that don't ever mean you're gonna be the main character. Like, you can't be the main priority because there are other things that come before other people. And I feel like everybody has to realize that everybody has a life outside of them. You aren't the center of anybody's world. You can be important to them, but to feel like you need to be the number one thing is very selfish. Very, especially when you know that somebody's family oriented, goal driven or oriented, and they have things that they want to do for them, especially if they're trying to bring you into the fold as like a friend or more, if you get what I'm saying. It's like,
it takes a lot.
Yeah, you schedule them in your life. You feel me?
Especially if you make plans, like the little saying on Instagram too. You lucky if I link up with you or go out with you, because I don't do that.
Hell no.
And that's valid. Especially too, impacting, like we talk about mental health. It takes a lot out of a man to even be like, look, I'm going to take the time out of my day to link with this person.
Shit, I'm going to talk to you on the phone. Yo. You know my schedule. I'll be back to back to back to back. If I'm trying to talk to you, whether it's 5 minutes or 5 hours, the fact that somebody picks up the phone, that should be taken into account. Like, that's me making time for you. Take that, especially if you know somebody is busy and they do make time for you. It may not be the time that you want, but it's time.
It's the time.
It's genuine, because if they did pick up the phone, you feel some type of way. Shit.
Once again, enough said.
Come on. Let's get away from relationships. I'm talking about relationships now. Like.
So, number 6. How has your understanding of masculinity evolved over time? And how has that shifted your influence within your mental health?
It's kind of crazy. My definition of what I see as masculine has always been kind of nuanced. My father wasn't a big macho, I'm gonna show you I'm a man type of thing. It's crazy because I'm emotional because I'm an emotional man,
and that's okay.
and because I've been like around and raised by women,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more tender. I see my uncle. He's my biggest. He's like one of my biggest influences to being a man because you don't have to be rah rah or loud to prove that you're masculine. Like he showed me that you can be soft spoken, you can be caring, you can be kind, but also demand respect.
Heck yeah.
You don't have
Hell
to.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to be 6'4" and
Yeah.
benching 300 and ripping all that shit just to be like, oh yeah, I'm a guy's guy. Like no, I like rom-coms. I like anime, but don't play with the people I care about.
Yeah.
I need the same respect that you expect back. So that's kind of how it is, man.
And I respect how you brought up too with them like being the norm.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the new normal. Like a man from masculine. Oh, he gotta be 6'5", 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, he gotta be buff and muscular. No. I like when men are able to express themselves mentally and emotionally, letting it out. Like, look, I get lonely. I have my moments where, look, I'm about to shoot. Some days I'm here, sometimes I'm not. And that's okay. But then going back to the question, like, the understanding of, of the masculinity over time and how that has influenced your mental health has shifted. Because sometimes it's still, I'll say this, if you're a man right now or you know a man that's in the process, of like trying to get himself together, let him know like it's okay, It's not bad times will last forever. It's not. But this is a time where it's going to help you and mold you into the person that you want to be. That's going to help you evolve. And it's going to help you understand, okay, my masculine side is going to help me eventually with understanding how to deal with my mental health and how to be able to be vulnerable to express myself, as well as being able to take in consideration how I feel, and this is why I feel the way I feel, as well as making sure if I have a partner, family, friends, whoever in my corner for my reasons, understand this too. And if they don't, see you. Basically like what Adonis said, like, it takes a lot out of a man, I've seen and heard, a black man at that, to trust women. That's why I say shout out to all the women out there that is supporting men. Shout out to all the homeboys, brothers, all that support their guys and been down for them since day one. Because it's so hard. Please love on and protect men at all costs. Because there's a lot, growing up too, hearing that's what I'm saying? It's like, real men don't cry. Get up. Brush it off. You a man. What are you doing? That don't always make you feminine.
And to be honest with you, I feel like we need to see more of these nuanced versions of what a man is, because it's just like representation. If you don't see it as often, how will you know that they exist?
Exactly.
How will you know that a sensitive guy can also be masculine?
Literally.
An emotional man can also be masculine.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, like a short dude can also be masculine. I ain't short, but
no.
I'm just saying, like
any type of shape or form, anybody that's a man, regardless of how it looked from the outside and the inside,
you're still a man.
You're still a man.
You're still a man.
You have the right to feel the way you feel, say what you feel.
That also makes you a man.
What?
Yeah.
So, yeah, stay 10 toes down, chin out, chest out. Chin up, chest out all times. When anything, expressing your mental, physical, emotionally, whatever.
And if you
stay 10 toes down.
And if you feel like you're being dismissed because of those people.
Bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
If they make you feel like you can't be yourself as a man, you don't need them around you. At all. Because they're stifling your growth. And they're making you feel less than. And who do you need around you to make you feel like you less than who you are? Because
that impacts you so much, it make you question yourself like, dang, is this really who I am?
Yeah. You already trying to find who you are as a person, then have somebody around to question who you think you are becoming? No.
Yeah. No. Self-love is the best love.
The best love. Without self-love, you can't love others.
Hello? You got to know yourself first before you even be able to help somebody identify what they got going on, especially on a mental level. Okay? Dang, we breaking them down.
Hey. Ask me on the pod. I be over there listening. I be wanting to chime in. I be like, shut up. I got some of the notes. What's up?
I was so, yeah. Yeah. We let them know, like, look, this is what we're going to talk about, you know, so be surprised on what is going to happen. And yeah. So number 7, what's one daily or weekly habit that helps you stay grounded mentally, and why does it matter to you?
So, I pray.
Amen.
I pray. I'm starting to take up devotions. It's been hard, I'm not gonna lie. Since losing my mom and not being comfortable going to my home church and trying to find another one to make me feel the way I did when she was there, my relationship with God has definitely improved from that point to now. That has been one of the daily things that I do, or at least weekly things. I would say I do it daily, but weekly I need to check in with my pen people. I need to. I see my man's Tone like every day because we go to school together. But even outside of that, it's like even outside of that, the little memes and the little stuff being sent to my DM, it's like, all right, yeah, they're not sending that just because like they care about you, money. Like if they in your first to share, bro, there's a reason why y'all. That's a connection. I feel like I need to be connected to somebody, even if I'm feeling like I'm alone or by myself. Because let's be honest, sometimes people try to reach out, or you try to reach out to people, and it's like it doesn't connect. I think going back to my threads also, I do just to be like, okay, so not even the last time we talked, but just to see, oh, like this person cares about me. This person cares, knowing that I'm not alone when I feel like I'm alone. It makes me feel like I'm on top of the world.
Yeah, and that's a lot because especially for men too, when you don't get that feeling of somebody caring for me, it's so hard to just be like, dang.
And I ain't gonna lie, like even to say as a man that nobody cares about me is like, yo, that's crazy. You a man? What you mean like nobody cares about you? But we do feel that.
I can imagine.
We do feel that being providers, being the ones that sometimes have to do the grunt work, have to be the one to listen, have to be the one to lead, have to be the ones that I'm not gonna say always makes the decision, but I feel like has the final decision. You question like, what is my worth outside of being the one to be leaned on?
Exactly.
Who can I lean on?
Right.
It's crazy.
It is, and that's why I say like me, y'all, I'm real big on mental health. Like if I really have, I rock with you, whatever aspect, professional, personal level, whatever, I'm gonna check up on you because you know life happens. Like, and on a mental health too, this year I'm like really big advocate on it, and I don't really I see a lot of women like posting and stuff about it, and I really wish they did like a parade or something for y'all because it's needed, something like that.
Especially in this month.
Yeah.
Out of all months. I was just talking to my brother trying to see when we can link up and do some stuff. He's like, I'm not really available this month because it's Pride. I was like, you do understand that it's also men's mental health.
And that's the thing too. That's not
that
really known. It's not really known.
Also a thing. I'm like, bro, you a man too. You're not just, you a man too. Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah. Because also too, like going back with the LGBTQI and they added A plus.
A plus, yeah.
Even like the men are part of that community. They also go through it probably 10 times worse because of sexuality.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. I wish I did do something with that too. But it's never too late to even incorporate all that together too.
Yeah,
but just think about that too. Like that was a good example to use because sometimes too, like, sometimes they like it's real hard for them to talk about it because like nobody's gonna listen.
Outside of like, like outside even just like you growing up in a household that made you feel like you had to be in a closet. So it's kind of like they had to be closeted within who they are for their sexuality's sake. Who's to say they didn't also have to be closeted in how they feel?
Mental, yeah. Because that's a lot, like, just to be open, to be free, be free, just be free.
To be yourself.
Yeah, and, like, me, I watched the old series of Big Frida. That's a man, but, looks like a woman or whatever. And I just love how, because the pronouns, too, she be like, I don't care, he, she, whatever. I just like how he breaks it down like, look, I'm from New Orleans, you know. Shoot, I'm raised in the church. I was raised in the church by my mother, my father, and everybody. You know, it took a lot out of him to just be free. And you know, I respect everybody that is just being able to be free. So shout out to everyone part of the LGBTQIA plus community, because like it's not easy for y'all either. It's not easy for anybody in general, just being able to just express yourself, because at times you gotta think, are they gonna accept me for me? They're gonna take me as I am. And then sometimes I be thinking to them like, wow, it takes a lot out of them and their stories. They were like, look, it took me forever to get this way, but I'm glad that them bad times helped me mold me to the person I am today now. As well as when it comes to men that might not be a part of the community, you know, just being a man in general, it takes a lot out of y'all to just be vulnerable, to be open, to be free, be like, look, I'm going through this is happening, this, that. Like, look, it takes a lot, and I appreciate y'all for even being able to express that with your support system. Having people there to support it. Now, going into the music, the professional side of it, how have you dealt with dealing with your mental side, emotional side within the music?
That's my therapy. Being honest with you, like these songs, honestly, it's genuinely therapy, because I haven't written like physically sat down, go on my notes with like pen and pad and written music down. So a lot of times it's just my feelings being put to a melody being added onto a song, like onto a beat. So it's like, it's really just like, when I lost my mom, I had to say something. I had to write something, and I did that. When I was feeling alone, I had to say something. I had to do that. Yeah, I do have a lot of love songs, but it's like the ones that sit on me. Pause. The ones that resonate. There we go. The ones that resonate. The ones that resonate the most are like the ones where I'm like, oh shit, like this touched your soul. Like it's about you and your feelings. It's about you and your feelings, and that's how I get all like most of my things out with my emotions. I don't know, my mind just went everywhere when I said it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just messed.
I ain't say nothing. It's raw and uncut. No judgment here. I respect. I'm taking you as you are. You know.
Resonate.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You know. Sometimes you gotta be. I understand. You gotta be clear. But I want to dive a little bit deep into that professional world, because like music, like I say all the time too. Sometimes men, you know, some of them journal, some take walks. You know how they say, touch the grass. Do the video journals, you know, talk to themselves about it. I even do that sometimes. You know, doing something in the music. Sometimes, like, you don't have to write it, just let it flow.
Just let it flow. That's
like,
what it is. It's letting it flow. Because a lot of times, I'm an overthinker. So I get caught up in how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, just to like don't shut up. Just say what the first thing that pops to your head.
Yeah, just get on your mic and just
let it go.
Let it out, yeah.
Let it go, let it flow. And then, damn, like, this is how you really felt. This is what was sitting on your soul that you didn't want to tell anybody. This is what you needed to get out, because a lot of times, like, you're like, damn, like, I know I'm not the only person who's felt this.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you never know who may feel the same way. And you never know, like, anything you do in life, yeah, sometimes it might be just for the moment, or just because, well, I'm just doing this for whatever. But you never know how much of an impact it can put onto someone. As well as, like, going back to, like, when you said, like, sometimes you don't write on a pen and pad or whatever, you just do it. And after you listen to it, like, do it make you feel better? It make you still think a little bit deeper, or whatever?
It depends on what it is. Like, sometimes I'll go back to it and it puts me in, it'll put me in that space where I was in. It'll take me back to those memories and that feeling that I had in that moment, and it does make me tear up. Like, one of the last songs I did before my mom passed, and she told me, like, you gotta keep on doing this. Like, every single time I play it takes me back to that. It takes me back to that. Like, the My Fault joint, like, it insane. It's like, it's weird. It makes me feel lost, but at the same time empowered. It's like, bro, you're being you. Yeah. You're being you. You're being honest.
Just be you. Just be free.
Exactly.
Because that will also let people know, like, he being real. This is him. Especially people that know you, like, oh, this is him. You don't have to fake, put a persona on, have that poker face on just because, you know, all right, I gotta be a different person. Yeah, you got a different name. Like, okay, I'm in this mode right now. You can have so many names, wear so many hats, but the vibe and stuff is going to still stay the same. Yeah, it's just depending on the setting. I'm this, it's like this me. Yeah, I'm gonna still be me regardless. But yeah, so I respect it. I really do respect it. And lastly, this one is really, really. This is my favorite question because like you never know how much this can impact every man out there. If there's one message you could give other men about taking care of their mental health, what would it be?
Just open up. Be vulnerable. Be okay to admit that you're not okay. Like, holding it in is just going to break you down and make you feel more isolated and more alone. It doesn't help being quiet. You're not helping yourself being quiet. Get help.
Yes.
Get a therapist. Do the work. You may want better, but you gotta also put in the steps to be better. The only way to be a better man is to put in work, and that does include mental health.
You heard him. Now I have a question before we end.
Yeah, what's up?
Would you ever consider going to a therapist?
I have a therapist.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How long you had a therapist?
A couple months now. I have
Really?
a therapist, yeah.
And how has that helped you with your mental health?
It's helped a lot. Like
See, y'all.
I did therapy growing up. I went to therapy growing up. Like I've always believed in mental health. I've been doing that forever. That's why like communication is so big with me. That's why I try my best to effectively communicate how I feel, what I mean, everything is because like I'm used to talking about my feelings and my emotions. I'm not afraid of any of that. I feel like it helped me a lot. I am a person who, like I said, I at one point was codependent, trying to be more independent when it comes to how I feel and my emotions. But I'm like, oh, so I gotta talk to somebody. I can't just say I want better and still like, oh,
yeah, it's like when you do something, you gotta put that work in. And I appreciate it because, like I said, it's so rare that you hear a man, a black man at that, saying he go to therapy. Because, you know, another thing too, growing up in a black household, whatever's going on in his house stays in his house. And sometimes it needs to be like the puzzles, you know, the laces and stuff everything need to be broken down because that can impact someone alive.
Shit, just the way like you go to the gym, that therapist is the same thing.
Yeah.
You gotta put them reps in. How are you expect to get more mentally strong, deal with the ins and out of life, and when life throws at you if you don't do the work? You can do them reps. You can run on that treadmill. You can talk to a therapist.
Yeah. But do it when you know you're ready.
Yeah, it's no rush.
Yeah,
It's
no rush. But
Yeah.
if you know, like, all the things you do, like you did a lot of things on your own to just try to do it, and it's like at the point where I'm like, okay, I can't keep doing this. I need to talk to somebody. Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm at a dead end now. I don't know, like, this is not really helping me or whatever. Go seek help, and then rely on your support as well. So, yeah.
Before it's too late. Before it's too late, because there is some people out here who feel like they're on their last leg.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
Yes.
Because I've read a stat. I think you posted on your page.
The stats.
The stat about suicide. We're like halfway through the years, almost like 500,000 and 70%.
That shocked me so much because you never know how much a man goes through on a daily within whatever it may be. Like, they're human at the end of the day. Like, y'all go through things. Y'all are able to feel the way you feel. And like I said, too, as a person that is a big advocate for mental health, that's something I don't play about. I don't like when people make jokes about certain stuff. Because, like, bro, people are really going through things, and at times, they're their last straw. And sometimes it's like, they don't feel comfortable with getting the help, and sometimes they do things like this. Look, I just can't do it. I'm going to have to do this for me. And just reading them stats, like Adonis just said, it hurt me so much because I'm like, I'm close with a lot of, like, a good amount of dudes. Like, I have a little brother. Like, me and him 3 years apart. Like,
it made me think, like, when was the last time I checked on my brother?
Right.
When was the last time I checked on my bro? My friends.
Like,
yeah.
And then too, growing up in a household with a father, you know, we talk. Sometimes I be like, all right, I don't want to hear it, but but it goes good, you know, because y'all know how it is with your parents or your guardians. Sometimes like, all right, what's going on? But sometimes those conversations are needed. Because you get to understand the person more, especially on a male perspective.
And you see them as people.
Yes.
A lot of the times growing up, you just think your parent is your parent. Mm-hmm. Your parent's a person as well. They
when
make
you
mistakes.
get older, you be like, okay.
Oh, you.
Okay.
Oh, you just an older version of me. Oh.
You just like me.
You're not perfect.
You just like me. Yeah, nobody's perfect. We all go to things because if we was perfect, we'll be the same.
No, it's just the lenses that you see.
Yeah.
It's definitely, it changes as you get older. And you have those conversations.
Yeah, that's why I tell people all the time, please just check up on people. They might not reach out right away, but you know, if you had that gut feeling and you had them dreams or something, or something remind you of that person, text them, check on them, call them.
Even if they don't respond, just the simple fact of you doing it.
It's like, it's okay.
It's okay.
And it takes the bury off your back, because y'all, that'd be like me. I'd be like, dang, I thought of such and such. Let me text them. They might not respond right away, but, you know, I let it be known, like, hey, you know.
Don't take it personally if they don't.
No. Sometimes I used to at first, like, dang, I know you see me text your phone and you on Instagram. Okay, I'm going to let you slide. But now it's like, you know, life be life. And sometimes they're not even ready to talk. Because, you know, social media, too, you could be anything, anybody on there. So, I digress. But I appreciate you so very much, Adonis, for coming on here from behind the scenes and coming in front of the scenes to tell your point of view about mental health.
I'm not used to the camera, but I am happy that you asked me. You wanted me to be here today, and I was like, you know what? I know a little bit about mental health. I can talk a little bit about professionalism, music. I know a little bit about all that.
Yes, and that's a part of therapy too, y'all. Music is a therapeutic too.
Oh shoot, I'm always on my playlist.
Therapeutic. Okay.
Always on my playlist.
Do whatever you feel, my friends, them guys, the fellas out there. Like, I hope these series are helping you because, like I said, I am one of your supporters. From afar, up close, whatever. I'm here. I love to help as much as I can because you never know who may need it. So, once again, I thank you so very much for coming on here to talk about mental health on a personal, professional aspect. I really hope that with everything going on in your life, it goes 10 times beyond. And keep advocating on mental health. Keep doing what you're doing within your music. His page and stuff will be in the descriptions. As always, every guest appearance, their businesses, whatever, is going to be in the descriptions, in the box below. But he's always on there, y'all. Because, like, you know, you got to give the engineers props. But, yes, I appreciate you so much.
Of course.
And to all the guys out there, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this is helping you, motivating you as well. And to all the ladies, please protect and hold the fellas down. Okay? And you guys will see me and my next guest next Friday. And you might see Adonis again up close and personal.
I'll be here, but you might see me. I'll be here.
And until then, guys, catch y'all soon. Bye.